There comes a moment in everyone's life when nothing seems to make sense anymore. You work hard, yet success feels far away. You trust people, only to be disappointed. You try to stay strong, but inside you're quietly falling apart. At moments like these, we often search for answers in the outside world. But nearly 2,000 years ago, one man discovered something extraordinary. Real peace never comes from controlling the world. It comes from learning to control yourself. His name was Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, a philosopher, a man who ruled one of the greatest empires in history while fighting wars, disease, betrayal, and personal loss. Yet despite carrying the weight of an empire on his shoulders, he left behind words that still guide millions of people today. Tonight, let's walk through 15 timeless lessons from Marcus Aurelius. Perhaps one of them will become the sentence that changes your life forever. Imagine standing at the foot of a mountain. The summit disappears into the clouds. The climb looks impossible. Most people turn around before taking the first step, not because the mountain defeated them, but because their own minds did. Life is often the same. The greatest battles are rarely fought outside us. They happen within: fear, anger, regret, jealousy, self-doubt. Marcus Aurelius believed that mastering these invisible enemies was the true path to freedom, like a bamboo tree buried beneath the soil for years before reaching toward the sky. Real strength grows quietly, long before anyone else notices it. Quote 1. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Most people spend their lives trying to control things they never could. The opinions of strangers, the economy, the weather, the past, other people's choices, and because those things refuse to obey, they become anxious, frustrated, exhausted. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that peace begins the moment we stop fighting battles we were never meant to win. Think of an eagle flying through a storm. The eagle doesn't waste energy trying to stop the wind. Instead, it spreads its wings and uses the wind to rise even higher. Life's storms are no different. You cannot always choose the wind, but you can choose how you fly. Quote 2, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Every day, thousands of thoughts pass through your mind. Some lift you higher, others quietly pull you down. Imagine carrying 2 seeds in your hands. One becomes a beautiful tree. The other grows into poisonous weeds. Every thought you repeat is like watering one of those seeds. Eventually, it becomes the landscape of your life. If you constantly believe you're not good enough, your actions begin to reflect that belief. But if you choose courage, gratitude, hope, your life slowly begins to change from the inside out. Because every great transformation starts with a single thought. Quote 3. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The modern world loves talking about success, talking about kindness, talking about discipline, talking about dreams. But Marcus Aurelius asks a simple question. Why spend your life discussing greatness when you could be living it? A river never announces where it's flowing. It simply moves, day after day, without applause, without recognition. Character works the same way. The strongest people rarely tell you how strong they are. They simply show it through their actions, every single day. Quote 4. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, Do not say it. Integrity is one of the rarest qualities in today's world. Many people change their values to fit the crowd. They lie to impress others, pretend to be someone they're not, or sacrifice their principles for temporary rewards. But truth has a quiet power. Imagine standing beneath an ancient oak tree during a violent storm. The branches bend, the leaves fall, yet the roots remain firm. Integrity is those roots. When your values are deeply planted, no storm can uproot who you truly are. Quote 5. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This may be Marcus Aurelius's most powerful lesson. Every obstacle carries a hidden opportunity. The mountain teaches endurance. The storm teaches courage. The failure teaches wisdom. The heartbreak teaches compassion. Most people see obstacles as walls. Stoics see them as teachers. Think again of the bamboo. For years, nothing appears above the ground. People assume nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, its roots are growing stronger every single day. When it finally rises, it grows taller than almost any other plant. Perhaps your life feels difficult because your roots are still growing. Don't mistake slow progress for no progress. Sometimes the invisible season is the most important one. Quote 6. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Imagine two people standing on the same mountain. One complains about the cold. The other is grateful for the sunrise. The mountain hasn't changed. Only their perspective has. So much of our happiness depends not on what happens to us, but on the meaning we choose to give it. Some people spend their entire lives chasing a bigger house, a better job, more money, more recognition. Yet peace continues to escape them, because peace cannot be bought. It is discovered. The happiest people are not those who have everything. They are the ones who have learned to appreciate what they already have. Like the sunrise, its beauty has always been there. You simply have to stop rushing long enough to see it. Quote 7. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. Every morning is a gift. Yet most of us wake up thinking about deadlines, problems, bills, stress, instead of possibility. Imagine a traveler who becomes lost in a dark forest. After hours of wandering, the first ray of sunlight finally appears between the trees. That single beam of light changes everything. The forest is still there, but now there is hope. Every morning is that first ray of sunlight, a new beginning, a fresh opportunity, another chance to become the person you were meant to be. Don't waste today wishing it were yesterday. And don't sacrifice today worrying about tomorrow. Today is enough. Quote 8. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Nothing in life remains the same. The seasons change, the rivers flow, the leaves fall, the sun sets every evening only to rise again. Yet we often resist change. We hold tightly to people, jobs, dreams, even versions of ourselves that no longer belong in our future. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that change is not our enemy. It is life itself. A butterfly cannot become beautiful without leaving its cocoon. A seed cannot become a tree unless it first breaks apart beneath the soil. Sometimes life removes something from your hands, only to place something greater there later. Trust the process, even when you cannot yet understand it. Quote 9. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Anger feels powerful, but it rarely solves anything. Imagine carrying a burning piece of charcoal. You intend to throw it at someone else, but before you can, it burns your own hand. That is what anger does. It hurts the person holding it first. Marcus Aurelius believed that true strength is not winning every argument. True strength is mastering your own emotions. Because the strongest person in the room is often the calmest. Like a mountain standing silently while storms rage around it. It never argues with the wind. It simply remains unmoved. Become like the mountain. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every battle deserves your energy. Protect your peace. It is far more valuable than proving someone wrong. Quote 10. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Think of your mind as a clear lake. Every thought you entertain creates a ripple. Negative thoughts cloud the water. Fear darkens it. Jealousy poisons it. But gratitude, hope, compassion, and courage bring clarity again. Whatever occupies your mind every day eventually shapes your character, and your character shapes your destiny. If you constantly feed your mind with fear, you'll begin to see danger everywhere. If you feed it with wisdom, you'll begin to see opportunity. Choose carefully what you allow into your mind, because today's thoughts become tomorrow's reality. Quote 12. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. One of the heaviest burdens we carry is resentment. We replay painful memories. We relive harsh words. We allow yesterday's wounds to steal today's peace. Imagine climbing a mountain while carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones. Every painful memory is another stone. Every grudge makes the climb harder. The mountain hasn't become steeper. You've simply made the journey heavier. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means refusing to let your past control your future. Sometimes, the person who deserves freedom the most is you. Quote 11. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing it is the last sunrise you will ever see. Would you still waste your morning complaining? Would you postpone telling someone you love them? Would you continue waiting for the perfect time to chase your dream? Most of us live as though life will last forever, but none of us are promised another day. Marcus Aurelius wasn't asking us to fear death. He was reminding us to respect life. When you begin treating every day as a gift, every conversation becomes more meaningful. Every opportunity becomes more valuable. Every moment becomes unforgettable. Quote 13. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. People may betray you, lie to you, judge you, treat you unfairly. Your first instinct may be to fight back, to prove them wrong, to become just as cold as they are. But Marcus Aurelius teaches something greater. Never allow another person's darkness to become your own. The sun never refuses to shine because the night was long. The river never stops flowing because someone threw stones into it. Your character should never depend on someone else's behavior. Stay kind, stay honest, stay humble. Because your greatest victory is becoming the person life was trying to shape, not the person your pain tried to create. Quote 14. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Many people spend years searching for peace. They travel farther, work harder, earn more. Yet peace always seems just out of reach. The truth is, peace is not a place. It is a state of mind. Think of a quiet lake at sunrise. The water reflects the sky perfectly because nothing disturbs its surface. Your mind works the same way. When fear, anger, and comparison settle down, clarity appears. You begin making wiser decisions. You stop chasing approval. You stop competing with everyone else. You finally become free. Quote 15. The obstacle is the way. This is perhaps the lesson that defines the entire philosophy of Marcus Aurelius. Every obstacle carries a hidden gift. The storm teaches resilience. The mountain teaches patience. The fire strengthens steel. The seed must break before it can become a tree. The bamboo spends years growing unseen before reaching the sky. And the eagle doesn't fear the storm. It uses the wind to fly higher than ever before. Perhaps the obstacle you're facing today isn't standing in your way. Perhaps it is the way. The challenge you've been trying to escape. Maybe the very path leading you toward the person you're meant to become. Life will continue to test you. Some days will feel heavy. Some dreams will take longer than expected. Some people will walk away. Some plans will fail. But remember the bamboo. The years of invisible growth were never wasted. Remember the eagle. It doesn't escape the storm. It rises because of it. Remember the mountain. It stands firm through every season without asking life to become easier. And remember the sunrise. No matter how long the night has been, the light always returns. Maybe you're not falling behind. Maybe you're simply becoming the person your future requires. So don't rush your journey. Don't compare your path. And never underestimate the quiet strength you're building today. One day, you'll look back and realize the hardest seasons of your life became the foundation of your greatest victories. If one quote from Marcus Aurelius spoke to your heart today, tell us in the comments. Which quote changed your perspective the most? Or simply write, "I choose wisdom." Your words may encourage someone who is fighting a battle we cannot see. If this video brought you peace, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope. Subscribe for more timeless wisdom, powerful life lessons, and motivational stories that help you become stronger, calmer, and wiser every day. Remember, you cannot control every storm, but you can always choose the way you stand within it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay humble, stay disciplined, and let wisdom guide your life.